right now we're in the first game now, the best of 3 between our Protoss and Terran player, and starting to the top, we have the Terran in red.
LGIM Yoda.
His teammate not successful, going down to Code B, losing to Hydra in the last game with a 1-2. Now Yoda wants to make sure that he beats the Protoss at the bottom of the map. Polar Knight, it is.
Samsung Galaxy Stork.
And Stork is really, I mean, he's a player, he's a huge fan favorite, he's someone who a lot of people want to do quite well in Heart of the Swarm, but so far he really didn't, especially against Terran. He's struggling. The last matches that he played were against Piano and against Journey, and he lost them, which is also quite interesting since Piano himself, a Terran player, has a horrible win ratio against Protoss. Kind of the only games that he won ever are the ones against Protoss, are the ones against Stork. So not really the best symbol here, the best omen if you are going into such a game. But it comes down to the preparation.
Yeah.
And if Stork prepared well, he might be able to find a key against Yoda and take him out.
It's definitely going to be possible here. Yoda just needs to make sure he doesn't get too overconfident. And that's exactly why we're going to see him do the Reaper Reactor low ground CC build here. Going to make the Reaper first, and then the Reactor. Reaper will let him know exactly what he needs to know. Then he'll know how safe to play it. Going forward, he'll continue to scout with that Reaper. And similarly, Stork is also going to scout early on here and find out that it is in fact that fast expand build coming out.
Just one of the safest builds that you can go for. You have already know early on what's going on in your opponent's main base. You're not going to be too much surprised by what is happening.
He's actually going to make a Stargate here, I think.
We have the probe actually not going into the main base. Yes, it is indeed just hiding up there, and we have the pylon, so he's going to proxy. And we will most likely see an Oracle try to get into the mineral line and do damage.
The question is, how smart is Yoda going to play this? Is he going to actually check, or rather, how smart is Stork going to play this? Is he going to make a fake third pylon? Because if he doesn't make a third pylon, I think this is going to be so obvious to Yoda, especially because he has the Reaper.
Oh, but we have the opening at this point. He goes straight into the command center as already expected. Big shot of Stork right now.
Because of what he's wearing on his jersey. I don't know what it is, but...
So the Nexus building, the reactor is on the way. We will have a couple of Marines pretty soon. In the main base at the bottom right, there was no additional pylon. So at this point, the Reaper is already roaming the map and trying to find out if there's something hidden. He has already an inkling that something's going on here.
I mean, this is actually like, to be totally frank, I feel this is kind of an elementary mistake.
The Reaper didn't even go to the bottom right. He didn't even intend to go there in the first place. He saw with the SCV what he wanted to see, and now he just confirmed it.
This is like the most obvious trick in the book, what Stork is doing here. I mean, this is like, he didn't even fake the pylon in the main or anything. Of course this is going to happen. I mean, he still might do some damage because there's only 2 Marines. He's making a turret. That's the key part. He had a very safe eBay timing, and that turret is going to help him. It's going to be his saving grace in this game because without it, the Oracle could still do so much damage.
Also, if he's actually like, I mean, at this point, there's not a whole lot that he can do. The Reaper is actually quite cute, attacking the Stargate first instead of the pylon. Now he's changed it. But the missile turret goes also down at the natural. In the main base, we already have it. The Marines are just waiting, and this doesn't look like Stork might be able to do too much. He's going actually into a Twilight Council right after this.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go DTs. Yeah. And
all in.
I mean, he could blink, but
or rather proxy into all in.
Yeah. I mean, he could blink here. And I think he should. Okay, so he's going to blink. Because if you go DTs, it's kind of redundant considering you've already forced the missile turrets of your opponent. And this Reaper is going to see no Nexus, and he's just going to make bunkers in his main and at the natural.
I mean, Yoda is in an amazing spot. The first bunker has already been built. He's going for additional units as we speak. The missile turrets will guard him against the Oracle. There shouldn't be too many harvesters that he takes down. So right now, Stork is... not only is he basically all in, he is definitely on a clock here. 3 gateways, move in. No scout so far. Maybe at some point the scan from Yoda just going to confirm what's going on, but he's already adding additional bunkers.
Stork is basically the clumsy assassin in this game. Everything that he's doing is so obvious. It's still strong, but with the bunkers going down, Yoda should be fine here. I would like to see a 3rd bunker, though, to be honest. Why not be a little bit more safe?
I think he's going to do it as soon as the Reaper jumps in. I don't think the Stalker actually saw this. So double bunker at the front. The Reaper is going to try to get into the base, or at least try to have a quick glimpse at the natural if there is one. Does not get into the main base, but he saw a couple of Stalkers move out. He scans ahead and he sees what's happening. Yeah, sees the gates, sees also the Twilight. Now we should see additional bunkers. And Marauders are built. Yep, there's the bunker. Marauders, Stim on the way. This should not work for Stalk.
If he loses the Oracle, then he can't jump into the main anymore.
Double bunker even going up in the main base, and I feel that the Stalkers
He doesn't even have enough Stalkers. He doesn't even have enough Stalkers, really, to... The bunkers will finish.
Marauders also in there. The Time Warp doesn't hit too much. And maybe cancel one of the bunkers, but one is cancelled.
I think he should wait to fight here. He doesn't have Stim. He's fighting the Stalkers away from the bunker, and now the Marines in there. Now he finally gets him. But
he still has enough. It's 12 Stalkers against 70 Marines and 1 Marauder, and the Marauder count is going to increase really soon. There's another bunker, of course, at the front, but he needs to make sure that he mans the second one.
This is actually really nicely controlled by Stark, I will say.
Yeah, but the Marauder count is just going up, and with that, I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, never underestimate this many Stalkers. Now he's got them in here. As long as he continues to micro them. The game's not over yet here, but he needs to micro perfectly. He's not. Now he blinks on top of the army.
Blinks on top of the army, and the SCVs have not been pulled.
I'm not quite sure about blinking on top of the army there, but he still kills that army. Are there any units of the natural? That's what I'm wondering right now. In those bunkers.
For the Terran players getting them in the main base at this point, the Harvester count is actually 17 against 30, but the Mules, of course, are a big issue here. Still 1 base against 2. A couple of additional Stalkers that he currently gets into the picture, but I feel that if Yoda would have just used those units a bit faster, now Stim is done. He had actually units at the I think at the National, and he put them in too fast. I don't think he realized that how many Stalkers there were. But as is...
Well, here's the funny thing. There are Mules, there's 2 command centers, and Stim is done. He still has all of his production, so...
It still doesn't matter.
I think the game is over, but he doesn't have a Nexus, and he will try to hold on here for a little bit longer.
The problem is really we have 10 Harvesters against 30, so if you just look at the Harvester numbers, then it's like no-brainer, but just look at the income. It's nearly the same, and the SCV count is just going up now, and with the extra Mules, there is just no big advantage that Stalk currently has in income. The Terran player even pulling ahead of his opponent. Granted, not really in gas, but we have Stim now completed, and with that, I mean, he's trying. He's going to try. There are only 9 Marines. You know, the bunker was salvaged, one of them.
Yeah, that was a mistake, I think. I mean,
maybe he could pull through here, actually.
I think he's going to... I think he's actually going to break through.
Yeah. Well, he's getting the rest of the units in. Stim is there. Here come the Marines. Actually, just in time, maybe.
Where's the blink micro? There it is.
Here we go. Blinking finally. He's pulling through.
He pulls through. GG. That was a...